Howdy, 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 everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. Uh, Gonna wait a little bit, see if anybody tunes in to WJBT News. So I'm just gonna talk to myself for a little bit. That's usually what I do. So tomorrow's Good Friday. If I do remember, you're supposed to eat fish on Friday. So what y'all got planned for meals on Good Friday? Uh, Got some interesting stuff going on in my life. I do want to share that when we get some more viewers in here. Um, just remind you, y'all, my favorite peeps. Easter's this weekend, so try and take care of the kids. If you can, do an Easter egg hunt or do a little surprise. Maybe even do it for your spouse, significant other. Hide it in the house. Maybe put a diamond ring in one of those plastic eggs, or $50 bill, or gift card to somewhere popular. So it's been my life's been very, very difficult. But it looks like there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. So um, I'm excited for that. I hope this is being broadcast because nobody's tuning in. Hey, what's up there, my friend? Lone Cowboy Adventures. Glad you're tuning in. I was just pretty much talking to myself till some more people get in here, and then I was going to give some life updates and just talk about a few things. How's everything on the road doing with you there, Ken? Everything going well? Okay. If you're listening, that's fine. If you're driving, I understand if you can't comment. But I think I missed the last video or two you did. I've had a lot going on. I've been doing some traveling, like local traveling, back and forth, trying to handle what I can handle. Shopping for my mom, and grocery shopping, all that good stuff. Uh, anyway, I see a lot of the states got really tore up with some of those tornadoes. Man, I feel really bad. I saw the one. I just saw. I glanced at it this morning. I think one of the YouTube families lost like 5 members of their family. If has, I forget the channel name, has possum in the name. Did you hear about that, Ken? Um, Man, that's really heartbreaking. So that's crazy. I've been in. This is not even funny, but I've been in 2 tornadoes, and it is not fun. It is not fun. One when I was driving I was driving a 24-foot box truck years ago, and I was living in right outside of like Gaithersburg, Maryland, little town called Olney. It was right near like Silver Spring, stuff like that. But we would deliver woodcrafts all over the place. So I would go to like Maryland, Delaware, Virginia, Pennsylvania, just New Jersey, like all over the place. I was always on the road delivering that stuff. And I'll never forget coming south on I-95 one time. It was raining so hard. This was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. Good morning, Melinda. Good afternoon, I guess it is now, depending on where you live. Well, it's afternoon now because it's 12:04 on my end. But I'm going south on I-95. I'm not too far into Maryland, and there's a bridge. I'm trying to remember the name of the bridge. I think it's called the Wilford E. Tidings Memorial Bridge. And I was coming up on that. It was raining so hard, you could not see in front of you. It was crazy. And the box truck was empty now. So that really had me worried. so many tractor trailers and everything just pulled off to the right shoulder. I had nowhere to go. I pretty much had to go across this. Thank God it was like a flat bridge, but the wind gusts were crazy. And a couple times I was on two wheels. I'm trying to fight it. And I look over the tree line right where the Aberdeen proving grounds were for the Army base there. I see the tornado. I'm like, oh man. So once I got across the other side of the bridge, I was able to pull over and just hope for the best. But I kid you not, this is no exaggeration one bit. I bet there was 3,000 lightning strikes. I felt like I was in the Bermuda Triangle. Lightning was coming from every direction. I thought the lightning was going to kill me more than the tornado. And that was really crazy. And then last year, in Fort Myers here, there was tornado warnings, but it was like not really in our region. And as I'm going up 41, I look in my side view mirror. All of a sudden, I see it getting real dark. And then I see the funnel forming. And I'm like, oh, man, that's crazy. So it did hit about, I don't know, a mile away. And it was, I forget what the EF rating was. I think it was EF2 or 3. I forget what it was, but it was pretty bad. It tore up a lot of stuff. And some people at another bait shop actually filmed it because it hit their shopping center. All of a sudden, you see trees snapping, just flying. It was just unbelievable. But enough of that. I just hope everybody, it's crazy. Unfortunately, it's that time of year. Like down here, we go through hurricane season. That's not a fun thing. But yeah, I know the Midwest, they have their issues with tornadoes. So, I've always I watch a lot of these homestead channels and farming channels and stuff like that. I never see anybody posting the underground bunkers. You can put those, I don't know what you call it, like a pod or whatever, in the ground and you can, at least, the good thing about it, I guess there's not really a whole lot of good about a tornado, but usually it's in and out real quick. So if you're hunkered down in one of those underground bunkers, you're probably not going to have to be in there more than an hour. So that's kind of good. You can have some food in there and whatnot, but I guess you have to be smart about where you place that because you don't want a tree to fall over the hatch that, you need to get out of. You want to be able to get out of there. So anyway, so I noticed that Pooch is in the house. So I'm going to say a couple things to Pooch. There was a couple videos out there on YouTube yesterday. One was Pooch doing a really nice video. I will say this, I'm not trying to make his head all fat and swelled up or anything, but he did a really nice video showing the process of him. He's gifting me a hat, shirt, and some decals. How he did the process of screen printing and doing the hat, the leather patch on the hat and everything. So I thought that was really cool. That was a really nice gesture. He did not have to do that. But I told him I was still going to roast him. So I roasted him. If you didn't see my little short video, I did roast Pooch, and I'm going to roast him a little bit more right now. If y'all don't know, Pooch is very frugal. I'm frugal out of necessity. He's frugal just because that's who he is, right? So he thinks, hello, LB, welcome to the party. Pooch is so frugal, he thinks you have to pay every time you use a word in the English vocabulary. So every other things you hear from him is always yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. So he's got a little bit of overuse on the term, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Oh, good Lord. Come on. Give us a break. I got you again, Pooch. Got you again. Some better ones are coming. Trust me. I'm not done with you yet. I may call it a truce on or around when I receive that package. But anyway, So now I want to talk about a few things. I had just a few notes. Right before I went live, I got a phone call, and that kind of screwed me up. And I'll talk about that here shortly. I did a little video a little while ago, just talking, like every once in a while I do the Did You Know series. I'm delinquent on that due to life circumstances, but I did a little short video. A guy caught a state record white crappie in Kansas. And it was kind of interesting reading up on that. I tried to do some more research after I did the video, and somehow I missed it in the first article. But I didn't know that when you catch a record fish like that, I'm assuming all states do this, but there's a 30-day waiting period for them to verify everything and actually certify it. So I guess if anybody was like to contest it, I'm assuming they probably do like some, I would say like biological tests where they, pull a sample of the scale, make sure it did come from that waterway, or do like water tests or whatever. So that was kind of interesting. So if I remember, the weight the guy caught was 4 pounds, 7 ounces for a white crappie. And that's pretty good size for a crappie. And he beat a record that had been in the books for like 59 years, if I remember correctly. So I thought that was really cool. So does anybody have any good stories, or anybody doing anything? Oh, getting back to Pooch, he and his wife Pretty, they got out on the water doing some kayaking. That was pretty much a cut up. That was pretty funny. If you get a chance, go watch his live from when he was doing the kayak video with his wife. That was pretty funny. There was some echo in there, so he pretty much cut the live down, and then he just did a regular video. But they were both good. They were both good. It looked like Miss Tish was having a good time. And one thing I like about Pooch, he always makes her laugh, so that's pretty cool. So you can tell they have a pretty good, strong bond. That's pretty cool. So now, anybody hasn't come in, wasn't in the beginning, welcome, my peeps. I'm thinking of y'all. Tomorrow's Good Friday. Sunday's Easter. I will be out trying to sell some fish and tackle on Saturday back in Alva. I was getting worried because the weather was looking pretty dismal earlier in the week. They were calling like 58% chance of rain, and I need to make a little ching. So now it's down to like 24% chance of rain. So I think that's manageable, and I'll keep an eye on it. But it looks like it's progressively getting better. So hopefully it gets a little bit better than that, because I don't. It stinks when you get rained on. I don't know who saw my last week when I talked about when I was selling. I think it was my Monday Mingle or whatever it was. But when I was at that vendors event, one of the neighboring vendors gave me a pop-up canopy. I thought that was really nice and generous. They had never met me, didn't know who I was. They knew about my story, getting kicked out of the school, but that was really nice. So I'm excited to possibly have a new configuration, and hope for some success. I need some funds, to get by here. So I have a revelation. I got a job that I want, that I really want, that I really enjoy, and I'm going to be working for an office supply company doing deliveries. And that's exactly what I did before when I was doing the courier work, doing the exact same thing, delivering office supplies. And I was using my own vehicle, but the compensation with the price of fuel going up and the per price of packages was not. So now, like I told you, I really don't hide a whole lot on my channel, but I'll be getting 40 hours a week, starting off at $18 an hour with benefits. The one thing I really did like, which was really unusual, what I work through next Friday, the following Tuesday, I'll be getting paid for it. I don't have to wait until the following Friday. So I thought that was really cool. And they pay through direct deposit, which is really cool. The lady did say the first check would be a paper check, and after that, it's going to be direct deposit. So I was real excited about that because I was out of everything, out of hope and everything. I got this on my own. It wasn't through the temp agency. I'm kind of done with them. I'm picking up my last paycheck from them tomorrow, and which is only $100 maybe, give or take. And then I got to pay my phone bill on Monday, so that's why I really need Saturday to make a little bit of money. I don't need to make a ton, just to get me by. So I feel better about that. But now I don't know who's watched what when I've got on here and talked. And a month ago, Hartford Insurance, when I renewed my policy, somehow they slipped it in where it was going to be automatic deduction. Well, I've never had that. I can't do that. That's for people who have money. I pay my bills when I have the money, and I never knowingly authorized that, and boom, they went and hit me. Then I got NSF fee and all this stuff. So I was negative $476 in my checking account, which is embarrassing as hell to reveal to you guys, but I know it goes against better judgment, but I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm telling you the truth. So I was able to put a small amount down recently, and I was still like over $400 in the negative. So I had been in communication, trying to communicate with the power of attorney. He never answers his phone, never returns the calls. So I talked to my mom, explained the situation. She already knew about it. She wrote me a check. I went and cashed it at her bank. Then I went and deposited the cash at my bank. Excuse me. I got my checking account back in the positive, not by much. And then the one lady I'd been dealing with at the bank gave me a credit of like an NSF fee, which was nice. So, like I said, I'm still like dirt poor. If I can make some money on Saturday, and I'm not real confident because my inventory level is pretty well depleted. And, I don't have the money, but I looked at all my bills, all my due dates, and if I don't have any issues from the power of attorney, it looks like I do have a blueprint for improving my status going forward. It's going to probably take a good 30 days, if not a month and a half, trying to, without any unforeseen circumstances in my life. So I'm excited about that. Then literally 20 minutes before I was going live here, he calls. So I told my mom previously, I said, Mom, between like noon and approximately 1 o'clock, I'm going to be busy. Don't disturb me. So I was in the bathroom, and sure as heck, power of attorney called. I tell him what's going on. He didn't act like too much of an idiot yet. And so I just told him, this is what I had to do. This is what it is. I'm here taking care of Mom. You're not around. This is what it is. Her pills are in order. She's been eating well. I said, but when I start the new job on Monday, she's going to start falling apart. So she's going to need more supervision, which means he needs to get his behind over here more. And so that's pretty much that. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I feel pretty proud of myself. Like, I took care of another bill yesterday that could have affected my credit, and gradually I'm like barely hanging on. And that credit has always been so important to me. And I know what needs to be done, but it takes that, and I don't have that right now. So I'm trying to gradually get there. But once again, all the people that do support me, all the people in here, Mark from Little Ridge Farms, I appreciate it. Melinda, Pooch, LB, a lot of nice people do tune in. I realized I didn't give you guys a whole lot of notice. It was just, I just wanted to share some thoughts. So, like I said, nothing real exciting. I wish I did have some real good exciting. The job that's exciting to me. I think I can excel at that position. I know all the regions that we're going to be delivering to, and the only thing I'll be doing at that new position is they also deliver copiers, like the big industrial commercial copiers, whatever. And that would be done in a box truck. I've driven box trucks before, just not recently. I can do that. No big deal. It has a lift gate on it. So I'll be doing that. But some of the areas they deliver to is like over an hour north of us, which is really good because I like being on the road. Some people don't like driving. And I don't like the local deliveries as much. But I don't have a problem getting on I-75 and driving an hour north and then go do what I got to do and come back, because that eats up a good chunk of your day. And while you're doing that, you can listen to the radio, or just gives you the one thing I really like about driving, it gives you time to think. And I always feel like I do my best thinking when I'm driving. And it's so funny. Years ago, I used to get these ideas or like little inventions or whatever, flashes pop into my head. And it was always when I was driving, and I never really had time to write it down. And then I'm like, I can probably remember that. And then, an hour later, I forgot what it was. So anyway, so it looks like there's 6 people in here. I'm surprised Miss Rita's not in here yet. Usually she's pretty much one of my number one fans, as well as Melinda and some other people. Mark, Little Ridge Farm, how's everything going up your way? Things improving up there? I saw you posted something inquiring about what type of video would you like people to see. I don't mind seeing the cleanup personally. I just, whatever makes you, I know that's going to be disturbing to you, but I don't mind seeing the cleanup video and just, shoot it to us real. Anyway, hey, quiet listener, I have not tuned in. I think she asked me before, I think Victoria's her name. She posts, a lot of times she'll post late at night. And being an old timer like I am, I usually go, I'm on Eastern time. So usually I'm hitting the sack kind of early. Okay. Mark says he spending time with his daughter, Kira. That's good. She's a cut up. She's funny. But yeah, so today I'm just waiting for tomorrow to roll around. I did buy a ham. The local grocery chain around here. They're all over Florida. I don't know what other states are in, but it's called Publix. And they had a real good sale on these hams. So I got a ham about yay big with the bone in. And it was like less than $9. So I'm going to do that for my mom. I'm either going to do that tomorrow or Sunday. I may do it tomorrow. That way, when I'm out selling on Saturday, she'll have some food. I mean, she's got food in here. She has food. Listen to my grammar here. My English teacher would be slapping me. But anyway, any big plans for Easter? Anybody? What kind of meals are you guys doing? Ham or anything like that? I know there's a lot of traditional meals people do. When I went shopping for her yesterday, I'm almost as frugal as Pooch, and it's not even my money; it's my mom's money. But she has money, so that's good. So when I do that, I shop with her credit card, and I saved like $52. The total bill was $125, and the got a lot of BOGOs, buy one, get one free. So I would say half of what I bought was buy one, get one free. So we got some really good stuff. Plus she needed stamps. That gets a little costly. And then my mom's French, so she likes to drink wine. And then we pretty much covered all the bases with her health conditions. She needs to eat a lot of like fruits and vegetables, like salads and stuff like that. And she gets delinquent on that. So I pretty much have to be the bad guy and kind of force her to do those things at times. But at least we're pretty well stocked for like the next week or so. I am worried about near the end of the week having enough money to get by until the following Tuesday when I would get my first check. And then that, like I said, my van payment has to come out of that first check. So it's frightening, but it gives me a little bit of hope as long as I can get till a week from Tuesday, so I need, a little bit of luck when I'm out selling some tackle tomorrow, even though my stock's pretty well diminished. But all right, folks, I think I'm going to tap out. Been talking for almost 30 minutes, and then I'm going to go surf YouTube and see who's doing what out there. And remember, when you get a chance, go watch some of Pooch's videos. Check out Little Ridge Farm, what he's been doing. And, when you get a chance, listen to some of Victoria from Quiet Listeners. She does beautiful flute music. It's like Native American Indian stuff, which is really good. LB from Woman Outdoors. She's on the rebound from some health problems. And when you get a chance, also visit Rita's Roost and Melinda Dobson. She's very, very popular. She loves to support a lot of channels. Like I said, not only visit Full Blown Country, but No Judgment Here with Tish Ross. She does a really good job. She did not have a live this past Monday, but she has one coming up this coming Monday, which will be nice. And anyway, that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully my stuff in my life gets better. Just I had some time to kill, and what better way than to share it with some of my friends. There goes the phone again. That's definitely time to tap out. Peace, folks. Thanks a lot. Happy Easter, and have a good Friday.